Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Tuesday afternoon, August 31st, 2021. The last. Going into month 9 now. It's a little bit well, it's actually nice. A little cooler than what it was, but all right. I just got done, like so many of you, watching Sleepy Joe's address, and I'm pretty infuriated. I think I was the only one that was like really just. I mean, I think you could hear me down the street. He doesn't want to shoulder any responsibility, still putting the blame on the previous administration, and he sold us out. Keep voting left. This person cannot even shoulder, one single iota of responsibility. You keep referring to the prior administration, what I've inherited, what we've inherited, what I've had to deal with, what we've all had to deal with. You know, that's just, you know, the person is gone. It's you. You're the one that's in charge. You know, it's not like I have constantly something interfering in my life, but you don't. You know, you finally got the big chair, you know, you just go. This person is just lying about everything, and I don't, oh my God. Oh. I don't know. I am just so mad and so upset about all this. You can't tell me that in a matter of half a year, you could be so clueless, so brain dead as to ruin a country like this. If you can't be, either that or you've done it on purpose, which seems to be the latter part more true than anything else. And then Paskey comes out and starts, well, you know, we thought the president of Afghanistan and was going to be a little bit more and all this, and we weren't expecting to take flight, basically. Wow. I'm really so mad about this. I really cannot find the proper words or phrases or sentence to honestly put together other than damn. The most popular 81% voted. So, wow. Is this really what you thought you were going to get? Because the people on the right, my right that is, you know, we had been saying things so much differently, but you know, and I understand also the media was being very favorable to that, because that's pretty much what the media has always been. You know, Hollywood and the media and everything has always been long-standing on the left side, and that goes without saying. You know, that goes back to old Hollywood when they were looking for communism and subversivists. I can't even say that word. But still, come on, man. At least shoulder a little bit of responsibility. You know, the lies that you keep saying and referring to the prior administration, that's quite a bit enough, don't you think? There, old Joe, Sleepy Joe. Well, I think that just doesn't really send a good message to anybody. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think Australia was able to at least get everyone that they were supposed to, plus whatever weaponry that they had and stuff. We didn't leave, they didn't leave like we did. This whole exit was set. Everything was set in time, you know. But well, we'll see what happens now. I know a lot of Washington, a lot of people are already calling for Biden's removal, Kamala's removal, and where has that lady been on? She's been pretty quiet, and even though the few times that she is asked a question on Afghanistan and everything, she comes out with a chuckle and what have you. So. And Pelosi, wow. Well, all that and wrapped up in a nice little package. More so over here in California, yeah. Same kind of BS, lies. Still have not received my ballot. My ballot was already sent out on August 8th. I never made it to, well, I made it to the House. She got it. Still with the mail, still having to deal with all this, Her lies. Washington's lies. The Biden-Kamala administration lies. California lies. This lies. Wow. Yeah. Well, this should be an interesting fall, winter time, especially out here. I really, more so than anything, would love to have. Right now, I'd really love to get the heck out of California. As far as at least if I'm only allowed to have a mileage limit of less than 500 miles, I'd rather choose Nevada. Be it Vegas, I'd rather prefer to move back to Summerlin. But honestly, Northern Nevada, Gardnerville, Minden, I'd just rather live up in Carson Valley, or even out in Mound House, a little more away from the downtown area. It's not so bad. That whole area, that part of Northern Nevada is so much better. I don't really want to. Looks like I'm going to though, but And then I have the former employer to deal. No, they didn't just. No disability. No word. I did get a text that said we did receive your disability papers. Log on to that, but I can no longer log on to Target's website. And it doesn't give me anything, so it doesn't say if they're going to pay out. Doesn't give anything like that. So we've had and Pasadena's really gotten bad. Over the weekend, we've had 4 shootings. Actually, as I was going to the church, as I was leaving the doctor's office to see if I can get my inhaler, and then I was going down to the church to go get some food. Can't get a hold of anybody in Target, so they're just not going to pay out. And this is just This has been a banner whole 2 years, and yeah, I was kind of actually hoping that this year would have been a little bit better, even after the demise of my ex and everything, just not going through. That was fine. I'm ready to go forward and try another avenue of exit and everything. And I got hit with this and the whole hypercoagulative and anemia and everything. That does make things difficult a lot more for my asthma now. I'm actually, as you can hear in my videos and stuff like that, and I hear so much more now when I'm editing. My breathing is just so much more labored, and I go through so many more inhalers and everything. And here in California, with everybody and their mother and grandmother and welcomed person over here, yeah, there's less services for Medi-Cal and Medicaid alike. I feel sorry for the seniors also, because I'm sure they're being left without anything. Should be interesting to see what the job report is going to be this Friday, and whether or not they're going to print more money or not. I hope they don't. Our economy is all handled. We're just, by October we've shot our wad. We've already long shot our wad here in the United States. So yeah, the finances and everything. There's plenty of jobs. I've been applying left and right. The only thing I can do left, honestly, is just the whole fast food and restaurant, and Subway, Rio Cafe, although the next Rio Cafe is pretty distant. I'm just putting in everything and see what comes back. And yeah, no, it's just, I figure maybe if I can somehow miraculously, that's a chore, save $1,000, maybe get a moving van, and just a U-Haul moving van, or somehow or some way, and then just, I don't know, load up the van and cross into Vegas, and then just try to float sleeping in the van for about a week, and try to get a job. I really don't know. I don't want to be. There are a lot of signals out here in California that looks like they may be wanting to close down some things for another period of time, though not totally permanently, because we've got so much stuff that is already slated and in motion and in gear for the holidays and everything, namely the Rose Parade and everything. So, and that's one thing you really, I don't think you can cancel. Try as you may, but they've been building the floats, all the cities. The budgets, they long started purchasing the materials, even from all that's still rolled over from last year. But they're building floats left and right every morning. They're showing float building and everything. So that's not, you're going to be able to cancel that, but it should be interesting. Oh, I had to get out of the house right now and just oh. Life is great, life is grand. No, it's not. All right, folks. I know, just leaving everything open for the negative comments. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. But I had to come out here and just do this and let you know I am not happy at all. This most popular president ever in history, the most populist votes, still questionable, everything, really. Then how do you 81? Was your disdained feeling for Donald Trump worth this? I know I have friends that, I didn't like Trump and everything. That's fine. But is sacrificing the country and everyone else because you didn't like someone? You didn't use your head enough to really look at the whole economics factor and the whole everything that would come out after that? You didn't care. You just hated someone so much that you're willing to put everything on just because? Wow. Okay. All right, my friends. I'm going to go back in and upload this. Comment, good or bad. I don't know. You obviously know where I stand on this, where I have stand on this. Waiting to hear from the Jay Warner person. All right, folks. I love you all. Let's be nice. Let's not take it out on another fellow American. Let's just... it's the politicians. Either way, either both sides, either way, they're not... You know, they play into each other to... This is the outcome, but honestly, one is much more heavier and more darker than the other one. All right, folks. I will talk to you later. I love you all. Goodbye.
Success. It does not leave anyone feeling good. I think that this is just another example of the administration completely missing the mark on Afghanistan. Nobody disagreed with pulling the troops out, but the overwhelming majority of Americans had significant problems with how it was done and the consistent errors by the Biden administration for the last 7 weeks.
Yep.
I'm sorry to dump all over the president, but I mean, this was just a terrible speech today. It's not going to make it was not his finest hour.
No, it wasn't. It never has been.
Acknowledge that mistakes were made.
These two ladies are surprised that he's...
It wasn't handled as well as it could have been. He said that the buck stops here, yet he proceeded to blame President Trump,
See?
the government of Afghanistan, the Afghan security forces. I mean, look, there is going to be a major congressional inquiry because even Democrats realized that this was not handled well.
Nope.
And look, I just think a little bit more humility. And this was not a win for America today, and the war is definitely not over.
No.
Even Leon Panetta, former head of the CIA and Secretary of Defense, has said that America will be back there. And I just think that it's a completely misjudging of history by the Biden administration.
Well, let's talk a little about the timeline of the withdrawal process. One of the new things that was explained a little bit more was, in criticism of why didn't we get all these people out earlier, not wait till the last minute, President Biden explained that since March, they have reached out to the 5,000 Americans who are living in Afghanistan 19 times with warnings for them to leave. And still, there's 100 to 200 Americans still there that decided not to leave. So what do you make of that?
I think that it's an incredibly difficult decision. And Courtney, I think that there are more than 100 to 200 American citizens on the ground.
Yes, there is.
And the fact that we had time, look, we left $83 billion of equipment on the ground. The Taliban now has a fleet of...
KTLA is not liking this because they've gone totally left.
Larger than the nation of Australia, which, by the way, was able to get all its troops out, and all of its people out. So, I mean, again, just lost opportunity. If we had kept the Bagram Air Force Base open, it was secure with multiple runways. We could have done this over a longer period of time. And you know what? When he said that it was a unanimous decision of the administration, that's a problem because there should never be unanimous decisions. There should always be dissenting voices in the room so that the president gets multiple perspectives on a difficult decision like this.
So that says the left planned this.
If this was the best that they could come up with.
In terms of underestimating the Taliban.
In terms of
Everything.
underestimating the Taliban, in terms of underestimating Al Qaeda, in terms of underestimating ISIS-K, in terms of not communicating with America's allies about the expedited pullout, and in terms of how poorly the decisions that were made to not hold Kabul, which the Taliban said was an option, to abandon Karzai International Airport, which had only one functioning runway, which made us literally captive to the Taliban. I mean, there will be books written about this the last 7 weeks.
Matt Clink, we have 100 questions to ask you, but we are going to have to wrap it up.
But we don't like your negative answers.
Just give us a 15-second answer in terms of political and in terms of with Democrats and Republicans. What's the next step for Biden?
Exit.
Focus on domestic politics, and hopefully that Congress is not focused on Afghanistan. There is still the bipartisan infrastructure bill, and there's the massive
Look over his left shoulder.
Infrastructure bill. That's where Biden's legacy will be.
And over his right shoulder.
Afghanistan to go away as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be in the news for a while.
Well, I'm sure the pollsters are already on the phone asking people what they thought of today's speech, which will be in the history books for sure. Matt Clink, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks to you both. Bye-bye.